días. Aquí estamos de vuelta con Cafecito. Today, we have a very unique guest, and I call him unique because I've never sat to talk to anyone who's in your field. So I'm going to find this very interesting. This is Nation Botello. Nation is a tattoo artist. So I have a bunch of questions for you, okay? We're going to start with, give me a tiny little bit of information just about you, where you grew up, your siblings,
Okay.
the school you attended.
I grew up in the west side of San Antonio, Edgewood Academy, right around the corner. 29 years old. Siblings, I got. Well, I don't have any anymore. What was the other one?
Well, the school you attended, how old you are, so
Okay,
you could.
29.
Yeah.
I went to Edgewood for a little bit for alternative. I spent most of my time in alternative school.
Was that the one on 40th Street, or was that at Emma Fry? Where did they have the alternative at that time?
They moved me around a lot.
I know. Well, the alternative got moved around quite a lot.
So I did Edgewood.
At the old Edgewood building. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
the original
being
Edgewood.
there. Yes.
I did. I spent a little bit of time, I think, in JJA. 41st Street, a little bit.
Yeah.
And Stafford.
At Stafford también.
Yeah, I think that little street,
Uh-huh,
Stafford. Yeah, I've been there.
Okay. Well, you see, that's my school district, so I know all about it. I know exactly where you've been. You already told me you grew up where. Your parents, where are they from? Where were they from?
They're from Mexico. I just don't know the exact.
Okay, but they're
parts.
both from Mexico.
Yeah.
You're a fluent Spanish speaker?
I used to be. I don't know. The school system. Used to. So in elementary, I used to talk Spanish, nothing but Spanish, and then I guess they didn't like English. Or they wanted English.
That's
So they didn't
that's
want
the
me.
system, you know.
Yeah, they didn't want me to talk Spanish, so they flunked me a grade because I didn't know English.
Wow.
So I learned English.
Yeah. Well.
So I rather talk Spanish, but it's choppy now.
Yeah. Well, you're not using it the way you used to.
Yeah.
You know, you're a tattoo artist, so I'm going to start asking you questions as far as that's concerned. When you were a child, and I'm talking about elementary, 5 years old, 8 years old, were you drawing?
Yeah, I was always drawing. In elementary, I had like a little art class with a doodle, on a little paper with pastels and color pencils, and that's how I kind of started. Just using my imagination as a young kid.
Yeah.
And then like growing up, like my family and I guess my dad's friends and stuff like that, they were in and out of prison, so they sent us paños.
I had a few of those.
So like my whole room's full of paños, like from the bottom to the ceiling,
Oh
all the way
my
around.
God.
So as a kid, like my subconscious will pick that up, and then constantly I would draw and mock those drawings.
Yeah. And back then, were you drawing faces? Were you drawing nature? Were you drawing, mountains, rivers? What attracted your attention?
It was more on the imagery that I saw like on the walls. So it would be like payasas, pachucos, or just like not gang related, but like culture, Mexican
Correct.
cultura, stuff like that, and it just influenced me, I guess, to build a style and mock it.
Are you self-taught, or did you at some point start taking art classes?
I'm self-taught.
You're self-taught, so it was natural.
Yeah.
Who in your family was also drawing?
One of my uncles, and some of my aunts are kind of creative, but in other ways, like with floral or cakes and stuff like that.
Okay. So the artistry, the artistic talents are there. The creativity.
Yeah.
Now, you told me you were at the alternative. Because I'm a retired educator, I know what that's all about. What kind of a student were you in the school?
As in performance?
As in your behavior, your performance, educationally, socially, everything. What kind of student were you? You see, because I can tell you, I had that student that we put in the corner because he'd rather sit by himself. I had the student that would get under the table because he'd rather work under the table. I had the student that was the social butterfly and went around and talked and bothered everybody.
Those are really good questions.
I'm an educator.
I think I was still kind of figuring out who I was still, so I wasn't so social as I am now.
Okay.
I was kind of like shy, but to myself, but I was kind of social, but not social. in between, if that makes sense.
Obedient? Teacher told you to do something, you did it, or did
No.
you fight back?
I was a rebel.
You were okay.
Yeah, I didn't listen to anything and anybody. I would just draw. I just want to draw.
Okay. As far as your assignments, your work, completed or didn't do it?
I copied.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. A reader? Are you a reader?
I like reading. Yeah.
Are you mathematical?
A little bit.
Okay, so I mean you're a student. You're a solid student.
Yeah, I'm very smart.
Yeah. You just prefer to do what you were interested in doing.
Yeah, on my own time.
And I'll tell you why. Because you're a gifted, creative person.
Yeah.
And the school system does not offer anything for a kid like you.
Mm-mm. They just try to box you in.
Yeah.
And that's the system, you know.
And that is the system. Now, because you're a tattoo artist, because you deal with needles, tell me about diseases. What if a client shows up? What kind of diseases are out there?
Anything and everything you could think of is out there.
Okay,
It's probably coming.
what in your background, in your knowledge, in your education, what do you know about all this stuff?
Nah, that's a deep question.
I know, I'm asking deep questions.
I've been doing this for over 10 years now.
Okay.
Not that I've been exposed to it, like, you know, I got blood on me and that person had like STDs or something like that, HIVs, but it's out there, I just don't know who has it. But they sign a consent form,
But you sanitize, you clean,
everything's
your
clean in my
alcohol,
shop.
and okay.
Sanitation is key. That's the first thing you got to know before entering an industry like this.
Special paints. I know you're not going to use water-based paints. I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what kind of paints
For tattooing or
for tattooing.
it's like a different pigmentation for it. It's just more like it's more heavier set than more like the acrylic stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's different the way it's made, but it just for sticking better in the skin. There's different types of inks and stuff like that, especially with colors.
Yeah.
It goes into a whole realm of like a whole crazy topic.
Yeah. Because our stories and because our site is Cafecito, Ivan and I are thinking of getting a tattoo of a cup of coffee with steam coming up, right? What would something like that cost us?
Well, for y'all, you'll be on the VIP list.
Ooh, Ivan, we got it made, girlfriend.
But for us, like the shop minimum's 100.
Okay.
So even like sometimes people come in, I just want like a little line or a dot, and then we're like, well, the shop's minimum's 100, just to even like our setup costs like $50 more or less.
Just.
But people don't understand. Just for a line, that's gonna be $100. I'm like, well, yes, no, it just really depends.
Because you still have to
prepare the timing and the knowledge that goes behind it, that we know, and we know how to do it better and faster and cleaner, and the experience that comes with it. That's the value we provide to charge $100.
And I come to you and I say to you, I want a butterfly, an extremely colorful butterfly. Okay? Do you draw it yourself and then you show it to me?
Yeah, everything that comes in, people's ideas or questions, is custom drawn and everything out of the brain. You know, we don't just copy.
Now, I was on your site, because I need to know something about you. You're very detailed with faces, extremely detailed with faces.
Yeah, that's my specialty.
As a matter of fact, I'm looking at the faces and I'm just telling my husband, I said, look at this, look at the work, look at the eyes, very, very beautifully detailed. So that's your specialty?
Yeah,
Of your strength or your strength?
Yeah, black and gray portraits, faces, lettering, anything detailed is what I do.
Now, with that, I would show up with a picture of my husband and get it tattooed on my back, right?
Yeah, I'm the best one right there. I'm not gonna...
Man, I can see it already.
Yeah.
You've worked with a group of people. I was seeing you with one of the Spurs. You had a picture with one of the Spurs guys somewhere. I don't know where you were. Somewhere.
Yeah.
Who has come into your I'm going to say office, into your shop? Who has come in that you said, man, guess who walked in?
I get that question a lot, but I always like to talk about it. It would be Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Okay.
Her name is Sasha Banks, and she's really cool. And she came in with one of my buddies. He's one of the biggest food bloggers in the city. So having both of them in the shop was pretty cool.
Really, that was neat. Infections, mijo. Infections, and I'm talking about because I know that you're poking, right? What happens to a person that you work on and they go home and they get infected?
So it depends because
And that you have no control on because they're gone.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why they signed the consent form. So we're covered. But then again, we do care about the aftercare and
Well, sure.
the way it heals. So there's a procedure when you get a tattoo, and then now there's like a product that you put over your skin. It's called Sanoderm. It's like a little thin film that you put on your skin to protect your pores while it's healing through the ink and all the infections, and then the air and stuff like that. Because people don't know how to clean it. They don't know how to be sanitized. And you're right. If they leave the shop, it's up to them. It's not
Well,
us.
yeah, that's
So we
already
tell
done.
them the proper procedure, how to take care of it, and then we follow up with questions. Hey, how you doing? How's the tattoo? Are you putting anything on it? Like stuff like that.
Medical training. You know, as a teacher, every single year I had to go and get some clock hours on whatever areas were. Anything that, because you're certified, licensed.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything that the state mandates from you.
It's blood-borne pathogens. It's like for the skin and stuff like that. It's just a test and a course you got to take for every artist.
Oh, okay. Medical training, anything. If a person passes out on you,
I've been
like
wanting to. I don't have any experience, but I have an artist that does. But I've been wanting to try, to have knowledge about it. Someone passes out, or
I know,
different things.
because that's
to
the
do.
first thing that's gonna happen to me. Minute you start with the needles,
Yeah.
and then what are you gonna do?
Exactly. So luckily, one of my guys is pretty trained on that.
Okay, so you've got someone there
Yeah.
also.
No, yeah, 911.
911.
Yeah, we'll call that second.
Your location, mijo. Give me your location. Give me the hours that you're open.
2 to 10, Wednesday through Sunday, and we are located at 8103 Bandera Road, San Antonio, Texas, 78250.
Okay, now give me an idea because I know where Bandera Road is. So give me an idea of what's around there. That I'm
Walmart Supercenter on mainland.
Oh, on mainland.
I'm
Okay.
right in front.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be a GameStop,
Okay.
so I took over the GameStop and made it a shop.
Okay, that gives people an idea of where you're located.
Yeah,
Give us the name of your shop.
it's called a Off the Clock Tattoo.
What's got tattoo? Ivan, any questions for him?
Yeah, you said that your specialty is portraits and so forth with details.
Yeah.
Do each one of you, I don't know how many staff members you have, but do each one of you specialize in one of those types of specialties? Like you do portraits, somebody else does.
Yeah, we're kind of diverse. Some do fine line detail or a little bit of color, or it's called like traditional with bolder lines and lesser detail, but nice and clean. It's just different.
So if I wanted to go in and say, like Diana, she says she wanted to get a picture
A
of
coffee cup. Oh, my husband in the back. Oh, okay.
would that be your position to do, or would it be any of your artists?
Any of my artists could do it,
Okay.
but I would love to do it. But
Yeah,
any of my
sure,
guys,
sure, buddy.
but yeah, any of my guys could do it, and I trust them. So that's one thing why they're there, because I believe in them that they can knock out something that walks in the door. And if they can't do it, something comes in the door and they can't do it, I tell them don't even do it. Like, just because they walk in and you need the money, it's not about the money, it's about quality and the experience we give our clients. So we recommend another person that could do it. It's not, we just don't take everything, no. And especially like we have a certain bond with our clientele, so if someone comes in and they're kind of like, being mean or a jerk or asshole or whatever, but I don't care how much you're gonna pay me or what, but
That's right.
I'm not gonna do it. Our clientele has good energy, good vibes, and all around good morals. So that's what our clientele is based off of.
Baby, I'm very impressed. I've been a classroom teacher for 42 years. You're very, very sharp. I'm so sad that the school system did not meet your needs, but I'm so glad that you're beyond that and that you've accomplished and you're doing extremely well.
Wait! I still have questions.
Yeah, me too.
What is the body part most tattooed? Requests.
That's a really good question. I would say
The arms.
the forearms. Yeah, forearms, and really the wrists and the forearms.
Okay, and they usually say that there's certain parts that are very, very sensitive.
Yeah.
Meaning body parts we can talk about because this is a family show. What body part would you say is most sensitive? I know because if it's not poked at regularly, it's going to hurt. But what body part is most sensitive?
Depends also on the person because some people are more fragile than other people, and they'll cry about anything, literally. But I'd say the most, I only could go based on my own opinion. For me, I would say the inside.
Right, I was going to tell you.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah.
I got my legs done, probably in here.
Yeah.
And then the feet hurt a lot too, from what I've been told. So that, or really, I think the wrist, that hurts a lot. I don't know, it's because it's thinner.
Tender.
Yeah, it's real thin right there. So I think that's the most.
Now I see your arms, and you tell me your legs are tatted. Also, I like the word tatted. Okay, give me a reason why you don't have anything on your neck and your face.
I always thought about, even especially growing up, you see all the homies all tattooed and stuff like that, but I don't want to portray myself as that person because I want to blend in if I'm in a suit next to like my lawyer friends or big people. I just still want to keep a nice representation and clean of myself.
I'm so glad that you said.
But then again, I do have friends that are multimillionaires that are real tatted up in suits next to people like that, and it's not really on what you look like, but it's the person you are. You shouldn't judge someone just because they have tattoos. But that's just my take, like I just like to be clean, and my mom wouldn't want me to be all covered like that too, so I think that's why.
My daughter, our daughter, became of age, and the first thing she told me was that she was going to get a tattoo. And Mama, retired teacher, there was no way in hell that I was going to let her get a tattoo, right? Not Mom. But I thought about it, and I said, she's going to do it. She's of age. And I said, just do me a favor, Mija. Not the arms, not the neck, because you will grow up and you will have a job. So she ended up on the foot, the top of the foot, and on her back. Little flowers and stuff like that. But I saw you and I said, now there's a reason why he doesn't have it on his neck and his face. And I'm very glad that you said what you said.
And a reason why I got my hand. Well, I don't think I'm gonna get this hand tattoo because that's a hand you shake a person's hand with, so that's more of a respect. But I got this hand done because I don't want to rely on a job. So even if someone wants to hire me, I hope I get more likely denied because that's not my option. I have my own career. That's the only plan I got. There's no plan B.
Mijo, family, children.
I don't got no kids. The family I got left is my dad and my stepmom and a few cousins and uncles here and there.
But no kids. Good for you.
No kids, not yet.
I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Be a smart kid, okay?
Oh yeah,
Be smart.
for sure.
Be smart. My son had his first baby at 31. My daughter had her first baby at 31. So you still have some time before you start having babies.
I want to have all my businesses and cash flow and money coming in, and I want to be secured financially, emotionally, physically before I even think of having kids in this world. Especially finding the right woman is very important too, because you don't want to be having kids with someone that you don't really depend on or trust.
How'd you get so smart?
So is this your first business, or do you have more than one business?
This is my first business, and it's my third location I had.
Okay.
But
Well, that's what I meant. How many? Well, if you have 3 locations, that means you've expanded, then, right?
Yeah. So I had like everything else go. This is my only residence, my main one.
Oh, okay.
But soon, hopefully, by the end of this year, we'll be expanding to the second location somewhere, and then third after that. So I want 3 shops, and then eventually maybe franchise or figure it out from there. But I also want to open like a landscape, construction company to pass down to my dad. I do like day trading, which is like in the stock market and stuff like that. And I've done a little bit of real estate before, and I'm gonna jump back in that once my company's liquid. A lot of things like that. Just I think I'm just an entrepreneur by heart. I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
I don't want to work. So I'd rather work over 80 hours a week than slave to a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week.
Correct.
That's my mentality.
And that is why he could not sit still in school.
In school.
Because his mind was constantly
His
going,
mind was
planning.
completely going. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Amazing, amazing.
Yvonne, anything else?
Yes. What year did you graduate?
2013.
2013. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That
Something
was,
like that, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I got lucky because man, I didn't think I was gonna graduate, and the only reason I walked the stage is because of my grandpa. That's all he wanted before he passed away.
Good for you.
So
Good for you.
I only did that for him and my mom. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even show up. I wouldn't even care.
and how long have you had this business open?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Same location.
No, so
No.
I was in the West Side.
Oh, okay.
So my first, the first one I had in Lakeview, right? Yeah, it was Lakeview Drive in Kirby, and on Foster Road, and then I moved out of there to Castroville Road. You know where the bridge
Yes.
that fell?
Yes.
We were there when it fell. Or not when it fell, but right after it fell. So we got all the content. But
Where were you on Castro Road?
Moraima and Castroville,
Well, that's where. That my mom's house is across the street.
the corner one,
Yes.
the white one.
Yeah, right across the street.
Which one? The
The
white
one
one.
across the street from where you were, right there in that corner.
Well, there's a lot in right in front.
Well, I know the first house right there next door to that lot.
Corner house.
Because there's a white one and there's a pink one. So I don't know.
Right there where you're at, where your shop was.
Okay.
It's now a beauty shop, right? I think so.
Well, it used
No.
to be a beauty shop.
It was a beauty shop.
Yeah.
Okay. Across the street is an empty lot.
Oh, cross.
Yeah, right on Moraima. On Moraima.
Oh, on Moraima.
On
Okay,
Moraima.
yeah, yeah.
There's an empty lot. Well, the house right next to it. That's Mama's. That's where I grew up.
Behind it?
Yeah.
Like right behind it?
Yeah.
Well, what's her name that lives there? Some lady lives there. I don't know if you know her. But anyway, she's cool. But
No, Mom and Dad. What was it?
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm right there.
And then my husband lived on Dahl Green, right down the street, Dahl Green. So that's why he used to walk me to home from school, because we close to each other, or else he would never walk me home.
Yeah. And then, like, as a kid growing up, I used to walk Castroville Road up and down and in the different neighborhoods, and I always saw that building as a kid, and I was like, I used to skateboard. He used to skate too, and I used to walk up and down, and I was like, man, one day I want to be in that building. Like, I want to own that building one day. And then, like,
That was a radio and TV shop
way back in the day.
when I was growing up.
Yeah, yeah.
That was Mama Steele's.
I met
shop.
some of the peeps that were in there a long time ago. And I hosted like a car show, and some of the people that showed up used to own it or live or work it a long time ago. And they were just, what is it called? Nostalgia? Yeah, that they were there. It was cool for them. Yeah.
Would you like to introduce your buddy that we have here?
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. Come and get behind him. Come on, come on. Just squeeze in and say hello and tell us who he is.
Or are you looking at the camera over there?
Yeah.
Main camera.
I was like, I know, I got to get adjusted real quick.
Uh-huh.
What is your name?
My name's Armando. I've known Nation for a long time. I met Nation because of skateboarding, so I kind of seen a lot of his progress on from where he started and where he's gone. And as a friend, I'm super proud of everything he's done. Like, it's nice working with him. He's always busy and stuff like that, so it's been very nice to be able to follow along with him, and as well me doing my own thing, and both of us trying to do our own things and being able to kind of actually stick together and work together, like growing together. It's been very nice. I as well went to Memorial. I met him maybe when he was like in middle school. Like I said, he used to skateboard. I used to skateboard. I'm a little older than him, so at that time I'll see him skating there with his grandma, and like I'll go like try to teach him some tricks and stuff like that. And it was crazy, like, because then we ended up meeting each other because of art. He's into graffiti. I was into graffiti. So that kind of like as well, like a little bit down the road, got us to like meet with each other again, because he was doing that, I was doing that, and graffiti is almost like competition. It's like you want to keep getting better, so you go and like go battle with someone, so see whose art looks better. So that's another thing that brought us back together around, and since then I think graffiti kind of kept us even stronger together, like the love of art and stuff like that.
Just the art, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of, I felt like, kind of gave us the drive to do everything we're doing. like arts and a different. It's like there's so many different forms of art.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
still an expression.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like for that, for me, it was like I was happy being able to show people my art by like how I vision things in my eyes. So if I'm taking a photo of someone in a certain area, like everybody sees it that way, but in my eyes, I see it this way, and I'm able to push that out as in an art form. And like if you like it, like that's what
As
I
a
see.
photographer now.
Photographer, videographer. And it's kind of nice because like I'm as well able to meet a lot of like interesting people, be around all like the fun stuff. So it's very fun.
Well, Armando, thank you so much, mijo. I'm glad
sure.
you could join us. Thank
For
you,
sure.
sir. Nation, anything else you want to add before we close up? Anything you want to add? Any comments?
Any comments? I would say,
Anything you want our listeners to know?
well, since it is called West Side Stories, you know, as a kid that comes from the West Side and had nothing, you know, or not much, just enough to get by. I'm coming for everything. And people like me and a kid, you know, just maybe someone watching like themselves, like coming from the hood and our environments and what we see on a daily basis growing up in this type of environment. It's like cutthroat. You know, we see the bad and the good, and I'm appreciative of where I come from, and just a message would be like, people could do it too, you know, you could do it too. It's hard, but as long as you have a dream, as long as you have a vision, as long as you have self-motivation and empowerment, self-development, you could do and have whatever you want, and you could, you know, the sky is the limit. There is no limit, it's only in your mind. And just educate yourself and don't fall for anything that comes your way, no matter where you come from, who you are, or what your family has, or, you know, even if you got $0 in your bank account, you know, just add a 1 and 5 more zeros behind that, you know, that's, you know, imagine it, you know, you can have whatever you want, just do it, and it's possible for everybody to accomplish their dreams.
Mijo, you're very impressive, Mijito. I'm very glad I got to meet you. I'm very glad I got to speak to you and listen to you. Yvonne, anything?
No, Nation, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for coming out here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay.